This past NFL season was one I will remember for a very long time. We can start from the beginning. Now, some good, some bad. We had some of the best named players go down with freak injuries, such as Odell Beckham. He got hurt very early in the season against the Chargers, and he did not come back from that. Andrew Luck was supposed to come back this year. He didn't throw a single pass in the regular season. Another quarterback we lost, Aaron Rodgers, on a simple tackle. He was gone for the remainder of the season with a broken collarbone. We had the rookie phenom who could have possibly won Rookie of the Year. He broke the record for most touchdowns by a rookie through that many games. Deshaun Watson was on the road to greatness with the Texans. They could have made the playoffs possibly. By the way, that team was hot. They were rolling. And then he tore his ACL in practice. Another Pro Bowl caliber player that was possibly the best or second best running back in the league, David Johnson. We lost him early on too. And I can make a Pro Bowl team just based off of the rest of the players that were injured. So hopefully next year, we don't have that. Now that was some bad parts with all of the injuries, but some of the good parts, we could start in New Orleans with the double Rookie of the Years, Marshon Lattimore and Alvin Kamara in the same draft. And not only Kamara and Lattimore, they also drafted Ryan Ramczyk and Marcus Williams. That draft class the Saints had was super loaded. The Jaguars went from worst to first in that division, led by Jalen Ramsey and the defense with all the swagger in the world. Telvin Smith, Calais Campbell. Their defense was the best by far last year. Then we had another great defense in Minnesota. All they needed was a little bit better of a quarterback maybe, and they would have got the job done. But the Vikings defense, Harrison Smith, Xavier Rhodes, all elite players. Another NFC team, the Los Angeles Rams. They had a very terrible season under Jeff Fisher, came back with Sean McVay, and they got the job done and got the 3rd seed in the playoffs. And then Nick Foles took over in the playoffs and he got the job done. But there's always this thing in the back of my head. What if Carson Wentz would have never gotten injured? What if the Jaguars had a quarterback that was better than Blake Bortles? What if the Chargers didn't start out 0-4 in the regular season? What if the Browns would have won a game?
What? That nigga's tripping.
And then what if I could build my own Dynasty for $20? That is exactly what we are doing today. What is good, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I am Vic. If you are new here, what is good? And today I'm going to try to build the perfect Dynasty with only $20. Now, I made these myself, so if you guys have any or you see any, you can tweet them to me, you can DM them to me on Instagram, anything, and I will try my best to do that. But we are building our Dynasty in Madden, and I'm gonna simulate a couple seasons to see if we can win a Super Bowl with the team that I build. Okay, so I don't know if I said dollars in the beginning, but I meant to say points. We have 20 total points to build this team. And before I build my team, I want you guys to do the same in the comment section. Let me know which ones you would go with, and let's see who can make the best looking team. So I'm gonna make this very, very fast because the simulation may or may not take long. So on offense, I'm going to choose the Panthers O-line, the Browns wide receivers and tight ends, the Saints running backs, and I had to go with over-reliable Tom Brady at quarterback. On offense, I've already spent 13 points because I want to score the ball. Think about it. Tom Brady, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, and he's throwing the ball to Josh Gordon and Jarvis Landry. And the Patriots offensive line isn't anything crazy, so the Panthers offensive line can't be too much of a downgrade for Brady. Now for the defense, I went with the Chiefs at cornerback, the Packers for safeties, the Bears linebackers, and the Colts defensive line. Now hear me out. My simple objective is I want to score more points than you. I want to outscore you. Now the score might be 40 to 37, but I'm going to score those 40 points. So yes, my defense is kind of weak, you know, but we have Tom Brady, we have Alvin Kamara, Josh Gordon. We should be able to put up a lot of points. So just in case you guys are wondering what this team looks like, I'm using the projected rosters for next year. But I will say the only player I don't have in Madden is Roquan Smith from the Bears linebacking group. Other than that, I have all of the players. So starting at quarterback, we have Tom Brady. He is a 96 overall in Madden, so like I had to go with quarterbacks. They run the show, they call the plays. plays, they make all the shots. Then at running back, we have the two-headed combo of Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. And the wide receiver core, Josh Gordon, Corey Coleman, Jarvis Landry, who's almost a 90, and then Ricardo Lewis and Rashard Higgins, along with David Njoku and Darren Fells. Now, the offensive line, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty weak. Not many players above 80 other than Darrell Williams. He's the only great offensive lineman that we have. Defensive line, kind of the same thing. We're struggling just a little bit, but like I said, I want to put up as many points as possible with Tom Brady, Jarvis Landry, Corey Coleman, Josh Gordon, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, all of those guys. I need as many points from them as possible. That's the only way we have a chance to win. Now, before I start simulating, I'm going to simulate 3 times to see if we can win the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. And then we'll know if I built a dynasty or not. Who is this? Who is Griffin Murphy? Who is that? All right, so I just booted up the franchise, and the overall has changed like a little bit. Some went up, some went down, but all of the same players are here. And some of you may be thinking, Vic, why did you choose the Patriots? I only chose the Patriots because they already had Tom Brady, and I just chose a team that had the quarterback on it. There's no real reason why I chose the Patriots, other than they already had the quarterback on it. All right, so here's the moment of truth. I'm going to simulate halfway through the season. So we are at the midway point of the season, week number 9. Our players have some XP, so you know they're doing pretty good for themselves. We are 5-3, so my team is pretty good. But the Bills are 6-1. So if the season ended today and the playoffs were to start, we will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will be the 6th seed in the AFC. So we started out pretty hot, going 3-0. Then we lost to the Panthers by 21. I told you guys, it's going to be high-scoring games when we play. 38-31, 49-35, and then we lost our last 2 games. And then we got blown out by the Chargers by 23. Hold on, we got to look at this. Hold on, bruh. What happened in this game? What? Who had all the yards? They scored 56 points. So we were 5-1 at one point, and then we got lazy right before the bye week, and now we're 5-3. Really quickly, I want to check out some stats. Tom Brady is having a really good season. Almost 2,500 yards. He has an 18-5 touchdown to interception ratio. Rushing the ball, we're pretty much at 1,000 yards rushing already with Kamara and Ingram. And they have 15 rushing touchdowns between the two. Now receiving, Josh Gordon has the most receptions, but Jarvis Landry has the most receiving yards. He's averaging almost 20 yards per reception. That's insane. And on the season so far, we've only given up 7 sacks, which is not bad. Out of 618 plays, we've given up 7 sacks. That's not bad. Defensively, we have Nick Kwiatkowski leading us in tackles. Who has the most sacks? Aaron Lynch with 5 sacks halfway through the season. Not too bad. And then Kendall Fuller has 3 interceptions. Pretty good. Like, we're actually better than I thought. So now is the time. We're going to simulate to the playoffs and see if we actually make the final 16. And we do! We made the wild card. So we finished the season 9-6-1, and the Bills went 11-5. Wow. So here's a look at the first round of the playoffs, the wild card. We have to go up to Buffalo and play them in their stadium. So we are definitely not a top seed. Then we have the Rams at the Seahawks, the Broncos at the Jaguars, and the Saints at the Vikings. Now the 4 teams that have a bye is the Steelers and the Chargers in the AFC, and the Eagles and the Falcons in the NFC. And before we look at the playoffs, look at Tom Brady putting up 4,700 yards, 44 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, all while completing 72% of his passes. Rushing the ball, Alvin Kamara had pretty much 1,200 yards. Mark Ingram had 700, but he had 16 touchdowns. Oh my gosh. Receiving, Landry had 1,300 yards with 13 touchdowns, almost averaging 15 yards a catch, or pretty much averaging 16 yards a catch. Josh Gordon almost had 1,000. And now all season, I thought my offensive line was going to be the downfall, but we only gave up 14 sacks the entire season. That is not bad at all. Defensively, we had 2 people go over 100 tackles, Danny Trevathan and Nick Kwiatkowski. We also had 2 people go over 10 sacks in Leonard Floyd and Aaron Lynch. And then Kyle Fuller only got 1 more interception in the last 8 games. And one final thing before we actually sim the playoffs, let's take a look at the end of year awards. Jacoby Brissett is MVP. Get out of here. Tom Brady's 3rd, but Brissett is 1st, and then Devontae Freeman is 6th. What? Now defensively, we finished 16th, so that's like middle ground. Points scored, we were 3rd in the NFL, and then points allowed, we were 27th. Once again, our defense was not the best. So here we have it, 283 overall teams in the wild card playoffs. And it is snowing in Buffalo. I'm just gonna speed it up and go to fast, and we're just gonna sit back and enjoy the moment. We're skipping all the moments. I'm just gonna sit back, let the game go. It's cool. Oh, yes, we scored 7-0, 14-0. Okay, it's 14-3. Oh, wow, 14-10, 21-10. Shout out to Tom Brady, 28-17. So far, so good. It's nighttime in Buffalo, and I think it's nighttime for the Bills, too. We're up 25 in the 4th. This game. I told you, we're going to score 40 points. We had over 500 yards on offense, and we only gave up 300 yards on defense, which is not too bad. Tom Brady had oh my goodness, 374 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, all in the snow. Now this week we have the Steelers in Pittsburgh in the divisional round of the playoffs. All right, so we are off in Pittsburgh, and we got a field goal, which is good, and they got a touchdown, which is not good. This is, oh boy, this is turn. Okay, we scored, and we scored again before halftime. 17-14, 20-14. Oh my God, we're down 1. Can we get the upset? Pittsburgh do not score again. 23-21. Oh my God, game winner drop. Brady. No. We ran out of time. We lost by 8. Tom Brady is not a part of the winning team this time. Wow. So unfortunately, my team could not get the job done. We are not a dynasty. We are not even a Super Bowl winning team. And just looking at the stats, Tom Brady had a pretty great game. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He threw an interception, but he also had 3 touchdowns. Rushing the ball, Le'Veon Bell had a field day, 150 yards. Alvin Kamara, 8 out of the backfield with almost 150 receiving yards. But none of our receivers could do anything. So unfortunately, this team got beat in the divisional round. I'm going to just send to the Super Bowl and see what 2 teams actually make the Super Bowl, and then see who actually wins the Super Bowl, just because it's fun to see. And we have the Seahawks and the Chargers in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to simulate this, and hopefully the Chargers can win. And there you have it. The Chargers win 28-7. So I'm going to simulate 2 more seasons. I'm not going to break it down by stats like I did the first one. I just want to see if we can win a Super Bowl with this team. So in the 2nd season, the Browns actually made the playoffs. The Browns. But we actually get our rematch against the Steelers in the wildcard playoff from the last time we simmed. So we are simulating to the end of the game like I did last time. And once again, the Pittsburgh Steelers are scoring very fast. Wow, they are scoring very fast and a lot. 21-6 at halftime. It's not looking good for my team. We got a touchdown, which is good, and they got a touchdown right there. Oh, 28-20. Oh, never mind. It's a wrap. It's done. The Steelers beat us again. So once again, the Chargers are in the Super Bowl, but this time they lose to the Atlanta Falcons 28. That's very funny. 28-21. All right, guys, so I'm going to submit 1 more season, and hopefully we can at least go to the Super Bowl this time and not play the Steelers in the playoffs. We didn't even make the playoffs. We went 7-9. We were the worst in the division. All right, well, that is the video, folks. That simulation did not go as planned, but maybe next time I can build a Super Bowl winning team. But this is your boy Vic. Hopefully you all enjoy. I like doing these different type of fun videos. And if you did, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. But this is your boy Vic.